Hello, good to see you. How are you doing? I hope you're doing good. Long time no see. First, real quick, you got to see what I got yesterday. And if you've been around for a while, you know that this is pretty freaking major. Hope you can see that. It's a shot perfecto. I got it at a local vintage store and it's in my size and it's perfect. And this is like a holy grail piece. I was just like dumbfounded. So, very exciting full circle moment. But that's not what we're here to talk about. Yeah, I've been gone a while. And life's been good. I don't want you to worry. I got married and I've been like really busy. The main thing that I wanted to talk about was the fact that I rebranded my company, Great Lakes Supply Co. It is now Stealth Armor Co. And there's a couple of reasons for that. I'm expanding it out and it's still the same folks. It's all just me and my family running this thing and a couple like contractors. I wanted to show you guys the rebrand because I'm a graphic designer. I designed the first logo and I did the whole rebrand. And so I wanted to kind of just walk you through what the design looks like, the motivations, the whole vibe shift, some of my inspiration, and then I'm going to like get into the actual design files and show you what it looks like. That's just kind of what excited me about coming back to the internet with is like just showing you some design stuff. Real quick, why did we redesign and why did we kind of change the whole name? Because it's a BITCH to change your name and help the audience understand, your customer base understand that you're still the same people, you didn't get bought out by a venture capital firm or whatever. Last year, I developed a new product. There was like a need in the market. I've detected that there's an overlap between impact protection and comfort pad, a need for speed, a need for kneeling. The SaskTech armor that I import, it's really great stuff. It's amazing quality. It's impact level 2 and level 1, but it's not soft to the touch. I wanted something that could be knelt on for long periods of time. I know that there's a big overlap in protective gear. Cordura is good for riding. It's also good for workwear. So I'm like, how can I blend these things? How can I bring, because there's plenty of people who will like ride to a job site. I got reviews about that. They said they just leave their armor in, and if they were ever on their knees, they were much more comfortable. But I wanted something that would be even better for them to kneel on, and then maybe have some other beneficial properties, and then also be made in the USA. That just makes it easier for imports. It also makes it easier for military and tactical applications. It's just a nice touch, and I'm continuing to import European gear and. As you know, importing is an ever-changing landscape these days. But yeah, an American-made protector. I already wanted to do that anyways, so here we are with it. So I have the Stealth Guard. So I made the Stealth Guard, and I was like, let me see. We wanted to do some market research and see if there was people picking up what we're putting down. So we brought our product to World of Concrete, which is kind of a it's kind of a crazy thing to do. But we got a lot of great feedback. It was just like for a first conference in the construction and industrial world, it is like the biggest one in the United States. And, World of Concrete might even be one of the biggest in the world. I wouldn't doubt that. And yeah, it nearly killed me. Stimulation overload, never getting a good night's sleep. And not because I was out partying. I was always taking care of myself, but you can only take care of yourself so much in Las Vegas when you've got a nervous system like mine. So by the end of it, I was dying. But we made it through and we got some really great feedback from people, lots of enthusiasm, and still a lot of people who hadn't quite heard of something like this before. After we got that feedback, I was like, okay, there's a huge application for this in a broader landscape. And I like safety gear. I don't know why, it just tickles my brain. This is also a healthcare wellness, like preventative healthcare and wellness product. And there's so many guys who've been working in the trades or who've been working in maintenance and in very physical jobs their whole lives. And they limp around and they're suffering from a lot of different pain in their hips and their knees. They had knee surgeries and stuff. And when we were at World of Concrete, there would oftentimes be the business owner father who would say, I really need to buy this for my kids. I need to buy this for my son or daughter because I don't want them to be having the pain and the lifestyle issues that I have from a lifelong of working. So you get longer longevity and then also just quality of life. And that's the big thing we want to drive home is like, I just want like a better quality of life for people. And I'm realizing that that is like why I do anything that I do. That's why I leave the damn house, or why I do anything, is like, I just want people to have a better quality of life, and whatever I can do to help facilitate that, like mentally, physically through products, or, you know, emotionally through support. I just want people to have a higher quality of life, because what's the point if we're all meandering around like drones, high on junk food and bullshit? Like, I want us to be using technology to better our lives. I want the tech utopia we were promised. And I think a lot of people are nostalgic for that right now as well. The timing is impeccable because we're coming up from kind of decades and decades of tech reaching a bit of a peak. And now it's in the overstepping era. It's in the era where, oh shit, all this convenience is coming at a big cost. And the innovation isn't fun and helpful and connecting us to one another anymore. A lot of the newer innovations, the stuff that's happened in the past 10 years or so, is invasive and addicting and negative. So that's where my head's been at. I have that in the back of my mind. And it just reminds me of when I was really excited about tech. And I was really excited about tech when I was a preteen and a teenager. And it was an escape for me. And now people need to escape tech to get back into real life. So it's like we come full circle, and the escape that I used to enjoy is not so enjoyable anymore. And I want to bring that joy back to it. And also, real life is really cool for me now compared to when I was growing up. So I was really excited about tech when I was a kid, and I loved playing Xbox with my brother. I loved playing Halo 2 with him. We played this SSX snowboarding game. And what else? Let me think. He would play Battlefield. I wouldn't play so much of that. I liked the sci-fi look of Halo 2, and it was just so great. So this kind of millennial older brother, Gen X older brother, really cool techno-futurism, the vibes of the early 2000s, but like kind of the dark side vibes of the early 2000s, Evanescence, freaking Nine Inch Nails. That's what I was going for with this. And it's very much a part of me that hasn't been like expressed yet online. And so I figure I'd bring that into it. I even made a playlist for the rebrand to get you into the vibes. So if you want to listen to that and you want to hear some of my favorite music from, it's not just from that era, but it's just from this mood. It's from this place. I had a lot of fun making the playlist and then listening to that while I was doing this rebrand. So enough contextual yapping. Let's get into it. All right. I even forgot about the Game Boy component. I've been very much back into Pokemon in a real way. Cyberdex. We're looking at, you know, techno-futurism. We're looking at like the Matrix and kind of the motivation to use tech as a tool and get off it and have a real life. I want better quality of life, both with the products and with just like the mindset. So very functional. That's what the inspiration was in terms of the mood board. And let's get into the logo itself. This is the Stealth Armor Co. logo. And I am mostly working in the dark mode. I kind of just wanted everything to be sleek and dark and moody. And what I did was I used a combination of an existing font with a bunch of alterations that I've done. And now, if you're morbidly curious, which you're here, so if you got this far enough into the video, you might be. Basically, I would just, you know, type out the name in all these different combinations and mark it up and see what I liked about certain fonts and what I didn't like about others. And then have different versions. Let me see. Then I traced, oh yeah, so here's some more larger typography examples, kind of trying to figure out what's going to communicate the vision. But then beyond that, I would trace them and then make my own alterations. So I cut in these different areas, and I altered this font to be like tighter, more compact, very like economical. I wanted to kind of feel like efficiency and strength and very unified. And first I thought I was going to use some sort of an S shape for the mark, the kind of logo graphic. And I even like circled an S here. And I thought that was going to be the direction, but I just didn't think the S was strong on its own. It didn't seem recognizable, and it didn't seem symbolically potent. I was feeling a little genius about this, but this is just design. So making this shape that's above the thing, the Stealth Armor Co. shape, and you can tell me what you first see in it. I took the negative space from this A because I altered this font so that the A had a sneaky little muscle arm so that it's kind of an abstraction of a strong arm, of a bicep and a fist. I incorporated that negative shape into the A, and it's really subtle, but if you see it, you see it. And then I was like, how do I iterate this shape to make it into something else? From messing around, from doing different combinations, this side, that side, different, orientations of it, having it together like this, I'm like, oh, that's nice. It's like a little heart. It's, I think I have a certain way of doing it. Okay. It's kind of like this. Can you see it? Is this right? I don't remember. But my mom, when she first saw the logo, she said she saw a diamond. And I was like, I dig that too. Diamond, strength, it all works out. So it's kind of like strength, strength, unity, and like a little bit of love in the mix. And that felt very symbolically rich to me. And I was glad that I could turn these strong arms into a heart shape that was also evocative of a diamond. So that's the logo. That's the vibe. I know it feels very me because it's very like a woman's touch on a boy's industry. And that's just kind of always been how we're operating over here. A woman's touch on a boy's industry. All right, so that's it. That's the redesigned Stealth Armor Co. The website's live. It's been live for a couple weeks now. Wanted to work out any kinks before announcing it on YouTube and coming back and saying hi to you guys because I didn't want anything to be broken. And yeah, we're gearing up for a really great season. We went through a little bit of an identity crisis. Great Lake Supply Co. had that, great cafe racer vibe, retro fabulous. I've always loved vintage and 60s and 70s music. And at the time when I made the logo as well, I was very into hand lettering, sign painting, signage. It all makes sense. It's good stuff. And then, I'm bringing my husband into this now as well. So that's definitely like playing a role in the changing identity. But I wanted to shake things up. I wanted to do something new. And I know that just like I've become the armor gal. I think I was creeping on Reddit and I saw someone call me an armor evangelist. And I was like, you know what? I'll accept it. Yeah, I will accept being an armor evangelist because I think it can really, I know it can save lives. I know it can at least save limbs and reduce injuries, and you always need a helmet as well, but armor is a vital piece in your safety journey. So yeah, Stealth Armor Co. is still honoring a little bit of the legacy of the business, Great Lake Supply Co. But we're really, the Supply Co. is always a fantasy of mine. I want to be like a general store owner. I want to be a shopkeep. Always wanted to own a cafe / general store. Like that's the dream. Stealth Armor Co., we're very much inspired by nearly invisible gear or protection that doesn't look like hulking, bulky stuff that just integrates with your lifestyle, basically. So that's been the priority. I want to bring the motorcycle technology into more aspects of people's lives. And there's huge overlaps. Like my brother is an aspiring homesteader. He's a motorcyclist, and then he's also an engineer, and he does these tactical competitions. There's this overlap between motorcyclists and people who do a bunch of other cool stuff. ATVs, outdoorsy folks. There's tons of applications for this armor and this gear. And I've seen people already using the riding pants as work pants or as tactical pants. Skateboarding, tradespeople, tactical, all those different industries have a big overlap. So why not, bring this out? It's not just motorcycle protection. I've always curated stuff that can like look cool off the bike. You could wear this out to dinner and it wouldn't be like you're sitting there in your tracksuit being like, it works for a full lifestyle, and you don't have to keep changing your little pants or investing all this money in a pair of pants that you can only wear in this one context. Like, wear that shit all the time. Commute to job site, to hobbies, extracurriculars. That's what I want this stuff to be. I talk to people who do carpentry, people who do roofing and stuff. Anytime you need something that won't get in the way of being up and down, like doesn't limit mobility, and that's convenient, because a lot of people, you're not going to strap on one of those external knee pads if you need to be up and down a bunch, or if you're going to be bullied about it. It can be our little secret that you're using a stealth piece of armor. So we've got the ultra thin version 1. We've actually got a thicker version 2 coming out that's going to be for heavier kneeling and also heavier set people, because I'm understanding that I've got the bias of being like, 120 pounds, and the amount of padding that I'll need is different from someone who's 220 pounds. So always innovating, always adapting. So we have a version 2 coming out too, and we're going to sell both because both each have their own great use case. So yeah, I told you that people like my brother and my husband very much inspired me to pull this out further and for it to be, beyond just motorcycle protection. And so I incorporated that into the rebranding imagery. And yeah, that's what we're freaking talking about today. This is what it is for everybody. But I was noticing that all my pursuits are very much a product of my upbringing. My mom was a seamstress, and she still does a little bit of sewing and stuff. I always had a respect and an understanding of materials and construction and all that stuff that my mom was doing. And then my dad was an early adopter to technology. We're on a Windows 98 desktop because that is core memory for me. Going to my dad's office, he and my uncle would build PCs. Nowadays, I don't think people commission that anymore unless you're building like a gaming PC, but they would build PCs for businesses, for school districts and stuff like that. Yeah, this kind of blend of technology and craftsmanship, it's just like always been a part of me. And then I always loved design from a very young age. I like scrapbooking. So here, that's like a little bit of context. And also my uncle, who built PCs with my dad, used to race motorcycles. He raced Hondas and he owns Ducatis, and it's all coming together. This didn't come out of a vacuum. So that's a little bit of why I am the way I am. I'm also still doing digital marketing for clients. So it's been very busy, but it's fortuitous and I wouldn't have it any other way. Life's been great, and the wedding went great. I don't know if I mentioned that. We got married in October, and it was incredible weather. In Milwaukee in October, it could be 80 degrees, it could be 38, it could be snowing. It snowed on Halloween before. It was an incredible day. I mean, that also almost killed me. So quarterly, I've been going through very intense, demanding sessions of life. So I think this is the first quarter where something probably won't kill me, I think. No major killing me commitments. I'm mostly going to be trying to build offline relationships for Stealth Armor Co. because of the very great construction application for this. The Midwest is industrial, and there's a lot of great people that we can meet and network with and give presentations to and form relationships with. And that's something that I'm prioritizing more this year. I just don't have it in me to be online a lot. And also I have actively phased out as much smartphone usage as I can. I actually have that's one thing I've been doing a bunch of is dedicated devices. So this e-reader is dedicated to reading and writing and work related notes and drawings and shit. like still technically have my smartphone, but it's usually completely powered down. And I've been using, this is a smartphone too, actually, but this is a, okay. I phased out my, what have I been calling it? Slab? I call it my slab phone, or my, I heard someone call it a black mirror, and I was like, oh yeah, when the screen's off, it's a black mirror. So yeah, the black mirror phone I phased out, and this is a smartphone. It has all the app capabilities, but I don't have any social media on it, and it's really just like not formatted for that kind of activity. And it's very much I use this as a communication device. I dropped it, so we have to fix it. I've been devastated about that. I might, just for fun, try out the bigger version. This is the Titan Pocket. The size is perfect. It's the Titan Pocket. Yeah. And I might try the Titan regular size. I want a Palm Pilot, That's what we're doing. Check this shit out. I'm going to make everybody jealous with some of this. I mean, dude, I've been in deep. I've been down the rabbit hole. I've been back on the retro tech, and it has healed my brain. I still have ADHD. I still have autism. But it has this, I was calling this my special needs phone because this smartphone is just too much for me. It's probably too much for a lot of people. Consider that. So combination, you can just keep your smartphone for like essential, like scanning QR codes and shit. Although this one can do that too. I don't know. I've been liking this pseudo, it's not really a dumb phone life. It is my communication device. And then I only like turn my phone on if I have to like post something on Instagram, but you can use Instagram on desktop. So I have the computer room. So I don't do YouTube on the phone anymore. I don't do Instagram on the phone unless I got to do something for work. And it's been really great. And I've been writing a lot. I've been reading a lot. And I actually like now forget about my phone, which is a really great place to be. So loving that for myself, and definitely kicked any, I wouldn't say I was like phone addicted, but I had the impulse. The impulse is always there to like look and check and whatever. Phased out social media for a big part, but just like YouTube on the phone. Oof, girl. That was hard to let go of. But having it powered down, it's like now the impulse is gone, and that's a really great place to be. So back to the task at hand. So yeah, if you want to know more about dedicated devices and the digital minimalism and the retro tech, like I've been having so much fun with that type of shit. And I have, if any of you are U console nerds, we're in deep enough that we can talk about CyberDecks, girl, like everyone else is gone. If you are into U console, I bought a Pico Calc a little bit late. I didn't want to impulse buy it, so I didn't buy it when I first heard about it, and now I kind of regret that because I think I would have had it by now. But it's been like a month and a half, and I'm still waiting. Haven't gotten a shipping notification, so hopefully my Pico Calc comes soon. And yeah, I want to turn it into like a writer deck. So that was another thing is like, oh my God. If you want to hear more about dedicated devices and like this niche ass stuff that I've been doing, maybe I'll do it here. Maybe I'll do it over on Pixelvine because I don't know what people want from me on this channel anymore. I hope I hope this is still good, and I hope it's still relevant. But anyways, in terms of business stuff and products again, I want to do more Molly attachments. It's not Mole, it's Molly. I've got one on the site that's new, and it connects to the commando jacket, but I want to get more Molly attachments and just like do some recommended configurations. And I want to start offering some work pants that are below $200. So yeah, I think we'll wrap it up here. It's been real. Don't know when I'll see you next, but hopefully soon because it's warm out now. There's stuff to do outside. And I just, it's hard to want to run a motorcycle channel in winter. What are we doing? What are we talking about? I didn't go on any brand trips this year, probably because I've made myself slightly obscure to the internet. So I'm coming back. You can send me anywhere in the world. I'll go. I'd love to hear what you guys have been up to. I want to be more present in the comments as well. I want to be more conversational. I think I just didn't have the bandwidth to chat in the comments with people before, but now I'm I'm more active in comment sections of people that I watch, and I'm like, oh, like I need to facilitate this on my channel. So, anyways, I hope you're good. Let me know what you've been doing. Is it warm where you're at right now? Can you ride? I'm sure you can because it's like freaking May now, but it's taken forever for it to get warm in Milwaukee. And even today, it's only like 50 something degrees. So, yeah, it doesn't get consistently warm until June, but then it's just freaking incredible. It's incredible until like mid-October. And I'll probably be at Harley Homecoming. I'm trying to see Sierra. Sierra, I always want to say Pharrell, but it might be Farrell. I don't remember. I've seen her tiny desk and everything, but I don't remember how to pronounce her last name right this moment. But anyways, yeah, I'll probably be at Harley Homecoming for that gig. I might have a presence. It's very, very hard for me to commit to vending because of how like strenuous it is. But I'm trying to see what I can finesse my way into. Even if I don't have a booth, I will likely be attending. So you can chat with me, ask me for a sticker, ask me for a sample to look at. The gear is the pads are so skinny that I can just have them in my backpack all the time. So if you see me in the wild and I'm wearing a backpack, I've got the armor with me and you can check it out. So, oh my God, I've been yapping so long. And now I'm going to go forage for mushrooms because it's warm enough to forage. And we'll see what's out there. It's a little early in the season, but there should be some turkey tail. There should be a couple interesting things. But anyways, I love you. Ride safe. Be good. Check out the website. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.